Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you've got way too many interests to just, pick one single career path? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone. And today, we're going to dive into a really powerful strategy that can turn that whole dilemma into your absolute greatest strength.
I mean, does that question just hit home for you? Maybe you're a coder who's also an amazing painter, or you're a marketing whiz who secretly loves geeking out on data science. For like forever, the advice has been the same, right? Pick a lane, stick to it. But what if that's just not the best advice anymore? What if that's not the real path to success in today's world?
This really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? That classic struggle, the intense pressure to specialize versus that deep down desire to just explore everything. It feels like you're being pulled in a million different directions at once. And that's the perfect place for us to kick things off today.
All right, so before we jump headfirst into the future of careers, it actually makes sense to take a quick look back at how we got here. Let's look at the old playbook.
So first up, we had what you'd call the eye-shaped specialist. Think about that deep-sea diver analogy. Someone who knows one tiny part of the ocean floor, like, perfectly. Super deep knowledge in one thing. Then things evolved and we got the T-shaped professional. This person had that same deep expertise, but they also had a broad general knowledge across a bunch of other areas, kind of like our diver who can now navigate the entire coastline. It was a good step forward for sure, but the world just kept on changing. And that brings us right to today. In this world of, constant change and disruption, you have to ask, is one area of expertise really enough anymore? Even with a broad base? The short answer? Nope, not really. And that's exactly why we need a brand new model.
So let me introduce you to the M-shaped professional. This is a total game changer of a framework, especially for anyone who's ever felt that pull, that feeling of having too many passions to just lock yourself into one box.
Okay, so what in the world is an M-shaped professional? Well, put simply, it's someone who has deep, and I mean deep, expertise in two or even more different areas. Imagine a software engineer who is also a genuinely skilled graphic designer. That person can not only build an amazing product, they can also make it look beautiful and feel intuitive to use. That, right there, is the power of the M. All right, so this probably has you thinking, how do I build my own M? It's a great question. Let's break down the anatomy of it. Okay, so it all starts with a base, right? That foundational layer of just general knowledge and crucial soft skills that connect everything. Then you build your first peak. That's your first area of deep, specialized expertise. But here's where the magic really happens, the connecting bridge. This is all about your ability to see the patterns, to draw parallels, to connect the dots between your different areas of knowledge. It's kind of like being a translator who's fluent in two different languages and can create something totally new by mixing them together. That's how you build that second peak, and that's when you really become an M-shaped professional.
So let's get down to it. Why does any of this really matter? Because being M-shaped, well, it's not just some clever career strategy. It's basically a superpower in today's world.
Yeah, let's talk about these superpowers. First off, M-shaped people are incredible innovators. Why? Because they're always connecting ideas from different fields to cook up something brand new. They're also highly adaptable, which means they can pivot and really thrive no matter how fast the job market changes. They're also amazing at solving complex problems because they can see the whole forest, not just the trees. And maybe the best part of all, you essentially future-proof your career. That unique mix of skills makes you pretty darn indispensable.
There's this quote from Albert that I think just absolutely nails it. He said, "The future belongs to the integrators." It's not just about what you know in one area. It's about what you can create by connecting all the things you know. That connection point, that's where the real innovation, the real magic happens.
So at the end of the day, the really crucial question isn't which single path should I choose. The question you should be asking yourself is, what does my M look like? It's time to stop seeing your many passions as a problem and start seeing them as the building blocks for your own completely unique career path. So go on, embrace them, and start building.